we're in for a special treat today. Not only will you be getting the premiere of the It's a Mississauga Employer Resource Day, you're here also to see my first public speaking engagement for the Mississauga Board of Trade. And, just to start off a fun story, we had a motivational speaker in our office yesterday, although he went by a different name, and I asked him for tips on how to speak. I said, I'm nervous, this is my first speaking engagement. And he said something I thought that was very important. He says, are you here to sell yourself or sell something? And I said, no. He says, are you here to help someone out? I said, absolutely. He goes, do you get nervous when you help people out? And I said, no. So I thought that was very important. This is here to help the employers in our city with internationally trained professionals, so hopefully that will calm my nerves. So as Sheldon mentioned earlier, the It's a Mississauga is employer-based, and our job is to connect employers with resources to help them hire internationally trained professionals and integrate them into the workforce. Some companies might already do this, some might not. So our goal is to work with both. If people already hire internationally trained professionals, they might have an issue. Maybe it might be language services. If someone's looking to get into it, we encourage them to contact us. So when I first started working for the Board of Trade around September, October, Sheldon sat down with me and says, I really want to make this exciting. I want to do something different from just blatant putting a link on the website and a small description, because most of the time I find when employers go to those websites, they say to themselves, like the immigrants come here looking for work, where do I start? And the links, they don't do really much. So what I did is, from a business background, I said, what do I think employers would have the most trouble dealing with? So what I did is I formulated a plan, and then I sought out to contact community partners who include Career Edge Organization, Access Employment, TRAC, Allies, World Education Services, just to name a few. And I said, this is my list. What are you guys interacting with? What are employers coming to you? And the 8 top issues that we found that employers are having the most trouble with are credential services, education, recruitment and retention, mentoring and coaching, cultural diversity awareness, language services, HR services, and skills and cultural adaptation. So you're saying to yourself as employers, what does that mean to us? And we asked the same question. So what I did is, I went to each of their offices and I individually sat down with them and I said, of these 8 issues, what would you say is your top core? What is your expertise of these 8? And each company was allowed to select one. Through that categorization, we were able to launch the new website. So now when you go to our website, which I'll do a live demonstration after this, you're able to go to the employer resource, look at these 8 issues on our resource directory and say, well, I need help, I have an employee, they're good at their language, but maybe they can use some improvement, maybe they need some guidance. So right on our employer resource, we'll have these companies featured for you. So there's no more guessing games. You don't say, which companies deal with language services? The thinking has been done for you, so you can get directly in contact with them, which I find that saves the employers the most valuable asset, time. You want to get in quick, you don't want to spend much time, you want to be able to have your competitive edge and grow against your competitors. So I'm just going to give you guys a live demonstration of, if you were to go to the website, how you would navigate that. So when you go to the It's a Mississauga website, you'll be greeted at our homepage here. What you will want to do if you're an employer to access our website is, you'll see right here at the top, the employer resource. You can go directly to these companies who have been individually profiled, so it'll give their contact information, a description of what they do, and we went a little bit further. We really wanted to make this dynamic, we wanted to make it quick and efficient, so we went above and beyond just a description and a link. I actually hired a camera crew and went out to each of these businesses and I interviewed them. There's profiles here now, so you can go to them. And rather than hear it from us, you can hear it coming from the words of the organizations themselves. And then I said, well, that's good, we've profiled the companies, but if you're an employer, wouldn't you want to hear from employers who've actually used their services to maybe take away any nerves you might have of getting into a process? So we asked each company, if it was available, to provide us with an employer who's actually used their services. And then we also went to their offices and we interviewed them and said, how was this program? How did it help you? What are the issues coming to you? And through asking employers, I find this is a great asset, and it's more encouraging for employers to get involved with this when they see other employers who have used it and have had great success. So under, like I said, the employer resource, you can go to our resource directory. The page will load up, and those 8 topics, as I mentioned before, will be listed here, and we'll have companies listed. If it says top featured, these are companies that said, this is our core service. You'll also see under some of the headings, they'll say also featured. Doesn't mean that this company is no less better at this than any other company. It just means that they offer the service, but it's not the core service that they have asked to use. So say you need mentoring and coaching. We have the Mentoring Partnership and Career Edge organization here. So you can click on them. The employer profile page will show up. And through this, you can do a quick browse of who do I contact, what do they do, and then if you scroll all the way on each page, you will not only see the video from the organization themselves, but a video from the employer. So right now I just want to give you a little preview of the videos. I'm not going to show you everything because I'd encourage you all to go on my website after this event and see them. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you a montage of all the employer videos, and then I'll show you a quick one.
The Mentoring Partnership Program can be an organization's response to a diversifying workforce because it equips mentors with cross-cultural insights that can help them become better managers, better communicators, and ultimately better team players.
I think when employers have used our services, they typically start by thinking it's like a reference service. And they can check the reference of an individual by calling us and asking if the person's credentials are authentic or whether they're equal to a Canadian credential. And what we find is that's too late. It's too late to start the process, and we encourage employers when they want to use our services to ask their applicants to come to us first, so that when they submit an application for employment, it's with the knowledge of what the education that they have is worth in Canadian terms, and employers can then judge the application on the same basis as they would judge a Canadian educated application.
At Access Employment, we have a range of services that benefit employers. They feature recruitment and pre-screening of candidates. We offer job posting services. We offer training incentives that are used to offset the costs associated with training and onboarding and orienting new staff members. We also have ongoing support that we offer to the employer once the new hire is integrated into the workplace. And in addition to that, we will coordinate and host recruitment events for the employer, and we'll customize and tailor those to their needs.
When we're doing the assessment, sometimes a foreign trained professional may not reach the standard required by his profession. This can be disheartening, so we try to work with the foreign trained professionals, the employer, to find ways to remediate them so that they can reach the level required and so that they can have success in the profession that they've chosen. So we'll search for solutions for them.
I remember there was a job posting that we received from the Ministry of Natural Resources. They were looking for a forester with international experience who would be willing to work in Sault Ste. Marie. And we actually found the perfect candidate by searching through our vast talent database. The candidate was originally from Nepal, but had a master's degree in forestry from Vienna, Austria. She had been struggling to find work in Canada up until that point. She landed the internship and relocated to the Sioux. This internship launched her career in Canada, and she continues to work in the Canadian forestry industry. It was a true win-win situation for both the employer and for the intern.
Now I notice some of the companies that were featured in these videos are in attendance today, so if you would please rise for a round of applause, I appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys coming on board with this. So now I'd also allow, like I said, we also go to the employers who actually use their services. So I just want to give you a quick preview of one of the employer videos.
At Pitney Bowes, we have a strong sales and service operation in the GTA, and small and medium-sized businesses are a key focus for us. We worked with TRIAC to coordinate a search for internationally trained sales professionals. TRIAC found a strong pool of potential candidates that we invited to a group interview event, which was the start of our recruitment process. At Pitney Bowes, we have experienced a phenomenal 40% increase in diverse candidates and a 50% increase in new Canadians hired over the past year. In fact, more than 1/3 of what we call high potential leaders are diverse employees, while 15% of our senior leaders are immigrant talent. As employers, we constantly hear about skills shortages and talent crunches, even in tough economic times. Immigration is fueling talent growth in our workforce. Employees need to have an immigrant talent strategy if they are looking to tap top talent now and in years to come. Hiring skilled immigrant positions to your organization takes advantage of both opportunities. What's more, not having an immigrant employment strategy could mean that you lose top talent to your competitors who are more welcoming to skilled immigrants.
I just want to leave you guys with a couple last words. So what I was thinking about last night, I said, what's our goal? And I said it was to care. Now many people say, what does care mean? We aim to be a catalyst between the employers and their internationally trained professionals to put you two together. We're here to assist you. If you have any issues, please contact us. We're here to be a resource, such as the It's in Mississauga.ca website. And in the weeks to come, we'll be having a campaign, LinkedIn discussions for you to access. And ultimately, we're here to educate. If you have any questions, feel free, please contact us. And what does that mean for the internationally trained professionals? It means to be heard. Hear their voice. It means to integrate them into the workforce, make sure their credentials and their skills are recognized, give them an equal opportunity at work for them to realize their dreams. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Steve, for an outstanding presentation helping us. You did a wonderful job. But even more so, thank you for all the work that I know that you put in developing our video resource guide. We've heard over the last few years from employers that it's, they want help, they want support, but it's very difficult for them to navigate the many various programs and services that are out there, and they don't have the time to do that. So that gave us the encouragement to review the key supports around the challenges that employers are facing around hiring and integrating newcomers into their workplaces, and put it into one place, and not only share, as Stephen said, the verbiage around what these organizations do, but to see the faces and to hear from them directly through the videos, the type of supports that they can help grow your businesses, as well as from the employers. And I think that it's important for employers to hear from other employers about their benefits of using some of these services. So we do encourage you not only to go into to apprise yourself of the information that's available on the website, but please share it with other important stakeholders, other employers. If you're a community organization or agency, we encourage you to share this with a lot of your business clients as well. So we know that we've gone over time. Just wanted to extend our appreciation to you all for joining us this morning. We hope that you've taken away some valuable information, advice, encouragement, and resources that you can immediately apply to helping to support your business and other organizations in our community. We do recognize how important this issue is, not only to Mississauga, but also to the future economic prosperity of Ontario and Canada. So thank you once again for joining us today. We do have a job fair that's going to be commencing in about 45 minutes, so if some of you want to hang around for that, you're more than welcome. But until we see you again, we wish you all the best for good business. Take care.